Hi, my name is Ian Russell. I decided to do my speech on a family tradition that we have that's not, it's a tradition, but it's not like Thanksgiving, Easter, Christmas, that kind of thing. My family's not the most religious family, even though we do celebrate those things. But our tradition is traveling. We do it every year, sometimes multiple times a year. There was a span there where we didn't, we were in, the family, the kids were in high school, us, me and my sisters, our when we were in college. Um, Started when we were young. I as young as I can remember, some of my earliest memories are being in Florida. Um, we go all over the United States. We've gone to basically every coastal state that you can think of, with the exception of Washington. And I really want to go there, and Alaska, and love it. We love to travel. Um, we've even gone to some places that I don't, like Arkansas. That was the only reason we really went there was I had a powerlifting qualifying meet there, and it was on an awful state. There was no redeeming quality about it. South Dakota, North Dakota, been there too. Same thing, barren wasteland. Um, some of the greatest places I've been to. I love Florida, love Texas, love the heat. Uh, Florida's great. I mean, I can't say enough about going to Florida. Anybody that hasn't been gone, or hasn't gone to Florida, I always tell them, the funnest place I've ever been is in Florida. You know, uh, Daytona is where we've been the last 2 years, and I have a blast there. We found a place called Ponds Inlet, and seems like it always happens like the last few days of the vacation. You always find that place, the cool place to visit. Some place that's off the beaten path. That's what we look for. Some place where it's not so touristy and janky, chintzy stuff for sale. Just a cool place that people go on the weekends, the locals. And it was the place to go. I'm a big reptile fanatic. Have been since I was a little kid. That's what I do when we go on vacations. I find stuff. Whether it's rattlesnakes down in Florida, and alligators. We've same thing in Texas. When we go there, I'm flipping up rocks from scorpions. And you know rattlesnakes, all kinds of stuff. Well, this year I got to find gopher tortoises in Ponds Inlet. They were everywhere. It was a blast. I've been keeping tortoises for years, and it was just amazing to see these things in the wild. Their dens were built into the sides of these huge, just huge sand dunes that cover this Ponds Inlet, and amazing place to visit. Some other places we've been to, like I said, Texas. I love Texas. All over Texas is cool. The desert, love the desert. Uh, Corpus Christi, Texas, amazing town to visit. We used to go to a little town called Surfside, Texas, which was just outside of Galveston. And I remember when I was a kid, it was just the coolest place. It was really neat. A lot of people came there. And then we didn't go for years and years. We never actually went back, but we ended up seeing it on uh, Unsolved Mysteries. There was a murder there, and I guess it has really gone down. But goes to show, I guess, what happens at some of these tourist places. But we've been all over the place, and that's my family's tradition, and we love it. Uh, Me and my sister are both adrenaline junkies, and so is my mom. My dad and my other sister not so much, but we talk them into doing all kinds of stupid stuff. This year we got my parents into it's the big slingshot thing, that it's got the two arms and the basket in the center, and it shoots you straight up in the air, at 150 or whatever miles an hour, and you pull like 6 Gs or something. You feel your stomach go, to the bottom of you. Uh, that stuff's a blast. We always look for stuff like that. There's that zip line thing that kind of swings you out over the water. We've always done that whenever we find them. I still want to skydive. A 320-pound skydiver. I don't know what it's going to be like when I hit the ground. But we look for stuff like that to do when we go on vacation. Even one of the funnest memories I have of going on vacation, and the funnest thing I did in South Dakota was go to this place where you could shoot any gun you wanted to, basically. Shot cannons. It was the coolest thing, you know. Not for everybody, I understand, but I had a blast doing it. You know, some other places we've been, you know, basically everywhere on the coast. You know, North Carolina and South Carolina, you know, out there, you get into the Smokies. That's an amazing place, you know. The history there is crazy, you know. It's all, especially Virginia. Virginia's got some neat, you know, places to visit, you know. You know, we've camped out in the mountains like that, you know. Did that a few years ago when we were coming back from Virginia Beach. You know, and that's what we do, you know. There was a time frame where we didn't do it, you know. Well, I didn't do it, and just because I hit like that 19-year-old age, you know, where you're kind of rebelling and you want to do your own thing, so I kind of didn't do the family vacation. And after a few years, I realized how much I, you know, really missed that, and I'm glad my parents, you know, and the whole family started doing it over the last, you know, 6 years, and we plan on doing it for the rest of our lives, you know. We love it, you know, and it's crazy how it's gone from the 5 main members of our family, you know, me, my dad, my mom, my 2 sisters, to now having 7, 8 nieces and nephews now that go with us too, and the spouses, you know. So there's a huge number of us. It's like bringing, you know, it's like we're on a mission, you know. You know, pack up the bus, you know. It always takes 3 vehicles, but it's a blast. We have fun doing it, and that's my family tradition. Thank you.